This is the video for exercise 8 from lesson 26 in the grade 8 module 4 book. So we're on page 164. So this one's asking, does the system of linear equations shown below have a solution? Explain. Well, we have to remember what makes systems have solutions. In this case, we also think about what makes systems not have solutions. That's more a direct approach to it. And we learned in previous examples covered that systems do not have solutions. I'll go to our little note we wrote here. Systems do not have solutions if the slopes are equal and the y-intercepts are different. So when we're going about this system, we have to be able to identify the slopes and the y-intercept. To get it into slope and y-intercept, we have to get it into y equals mx plus b form, because m is the slope, b is the y-intercept. These equations are not in y equals mx plus b form because we see how we have x and y in both of them, but we don't have y equals a term with x plus a constant. So we need to rearrange them. Let's go ahead, we'll do one equation at a time. We'll do the top equation over here. So we have negative 2x plus 8y equals 14. So I'm focused on getting y alone. To get y alone, first thing I have to do is move the term that does not have y in it. And the reason I'm doing that is because remember, we move things by following reverse PEMDAS. So just PEMDAS, but upside down. So we move what's added or subtracted first. This negative 2x is being added to the term with 8y in it, so we'll have to move that. I move negative 2x by figuring out what do I add to that to make it 0. I add positive 2x to this side, and that will cancel out with negative 2x to equal 0. Since I added 2x to this side, though, I have to add 2x to the other side. So there we have that. Let's see what's left. We have 8y equals, now here I could put 14 plus 2x. I'm going to actually put 2x plus 14 because with addition doesn't matter what order I put it in. And I like to have the x term in front because mx should be the first term on the other side of the equal sign from y. All right, so now we have 8y. We just have to move that 8. I remember that 8y means 8 multiplied by y, so I'm going to divide by 8. Now when I divide or multiply, but in this case it's divide, I have to do it by the entire side. So this entire side was divided by 8. Well, that makes sense because that's the only thing on this side. But over here I have to remember that division bar goes all the way across this side. So everything here is being divided by 8. So this will cancel out. We'll be left with y equals, and then let's see, we have 2x over 8 and 14 over 8. So you can actually write this like this. Think of it as the first term divided by 8. Put your symbol that's in between the terms on top, so plus, and we have 14 also being divided by 8. The other nice part about these fractions, working with fractions, is that when you have a number with x, so 2 times x over 8, just think of it as 2 over 8 being multiplied by x. So this will be y equals, and again we have 2 over 8. Well, if you type in 2 over 8 into your calculator, you'll find out that reduces to 1/4. And then that's just being multiplied by x. They mean the same thing. And then we'll have plus 14 over 8. 14 over 8 is going to reduce also. It's going to reduce down to 1 3/4, or we could just write it as 7/4. So there we go. We have our first equation. Our top equation, we got into y equals mx plus b. So negative x plus 8y, I'm sorry, negative 2x plus 8y equals 14 is this equation right here, y equals 1/4 x plus 7/4 in y equals mx plus b terms. Now we're just going to find out what the other equation is. This one's looking a little easier. Let's see, we got x equals 4y plus 1. So I'm working on this second equation. Again, I just want to get y by itself, so I'm focusing on y, and I'm moving everything else away from it. So the first thing I will move is whatever is being added to the term with y in it. We see how it's 1. So I'll just do minus 1. That will cancel that out. I have to do minus 1 on this side. So over here, I can't do x minus 1, so I just have to show that I'm trying to. So x minus 1. And on this side, I'm left with 4y. Now, I just have to divide by 4. Remembering my division rules, have to do it to the entire side on both sides. Over here, so let's see, these cancel out. I'm left with y. Now over here, remember, we're dividing both x by 4 and, in this case, negative 1 by 4. There's an invisible 1 in front of the x, so I'm going to just turn this into 1/4 x, because 1x divided by 4 is 1/4 x, minus, and then 1/4. So again, it might not be the prettiest thing, but it works. It's y equals mx plus b. It doesn't matter that the y is on the other side. With equal signs, you can take whatever it is and switch them around. So I could put y over here, and I could put 1/4 x right here minus 1/4, as long as I switch both things entirely around. All right, so let's look at these things now. What do I have in terms of having a solution? Well, I have to remember that if the equations have the same slope but different y-intercepts, they will not have a solution. So check out the slope. The slope is the number in front of x, or the value in front of x. We see that it's 1/4 in both of them. So we see we have the same slope. So since they have the same slope, we also have to look at the y-intercept. So our y-intercepts, one's 7/4 and one's negative 1/4. So same slope, different y-intercept. So no solutions. There we go. Got it written nicely.